there.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Matt Johnson. We are back with another episode of Real Estate Uncensored. We have no guest today, so we are answering sales and marketing questions. We've got a lot to talk about. Greg got back from Inman Connect. The first day of that was yesterday, and so we are. This was recorded, and we're broadcasting on August 3rd. So we will recap kind of what he's seen and some of the cool stuff. He's got an app to share. I'm sure he'll rant about something. I will talk about my latest head injury, and then we'll get into answering some questions from various Facebook groups, and I will make Greg dance like a puppet while we answer the questions that I pull.
Dance like a puppet.
That's right.
What is on my desk, man? You know, this is what happens when you eat from your fucking desk all the time. It just is not sanitary. That's why Eileen is such an amazing person to have around the office, because she'll like literally get pissed off and just be like, "That's it, I'm cleaning the office." I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna sit here and play on Facebook."
Get out of your way. Yeah.
You do whatever you do. Yeah, you're awesome. High five. All right, cool. Oh my God. But no, Inman was awesome, dude. It really, really was. I got to meet up with the guys, the founders of FirePoint, and they're actually coming to my office tomorrow. They're going to install FirePoint. I'm super pumped. That is a sick program. If you guys have not checked it out, I mean, Chris was blowing me away with what it could do. But I got to meet a couple of the gals that were working in his office, and you'll get a kick out of this. So they have a person in their office that is a little bit more on the right-hand side of everything, a little more on the conservative side, kind of the polar opposite of where I land. But they were going in through, and they were having to edit or censor my podcast because Greg drops too many motherfuckers. That's what my biggest problem. So this is what I had to say.
How about the nice cup of shut the fuck up?
It was my opinion.
Thank you, Bradley Tucker, for those gifts. Those wonderful parting gifts.
It is
from her appearance on our show. The shut the fuck up button. Oh my gosh.
Awesome. But they had to go through, and they're having to put, like, they're laughing at me because how the show is, and they're like, "Well, do you have any idea of a funny idea for what the noise should be?" And without thinking, like, because I was thinking like this would be funny, I'm like, "Yeah, why don't you just put a girl screaming?" And the two girls are like, "Yeah, about that. I don't think that's a good idea, Greg." And I'm like, "What?" Oh, yeah. It takes a second for that to sink in. So that was slightly embarrassing when I got to meet them.
Well, granted, you could just take like a clip of one of those screaming goats on YouTube, and it would deliver essentially the same effect. Just saying. All right, so while Greg laughs and the rest of you join us live, I just want to thank you for watching us, first of all, and telling a friend in the business about the show. We really appreciate that. As you notice, we don't do any advertising. We do not run Facebook ads. We grow because you tell people, and because some people stumble across us on YouTube. Which, speaking of that, once you do stumble across us on YouTube, make sure to hit subscribe. That way you get future videos more easily, and we show up in your recommendations and all that good stuff. But if you are on the handy-dandy iPhone, of which I have the brand new 6S Plus or whatever the app it is. So make sure to go. Somebody asked me this the other day. So if you are not familiar with this, go to your podcasting application. It's this handy-dandy thing right here. It's the purple icon. Yep, just go to that, search for Real Estate Uncensored. You will find us, and what you want to do is skip down at the top. It's going to just show you random episodes from the show. What you do is then you look at the halfway down, and you look at this right here, and pull up the actual show itself, and then you can subscribe. So that's the deal there. If you guys are on Stitcher, if you're on an Android device like I used to be, which and I kind of wish I still was, subscribe through there. I'm not exactly, was never a big fan of Apple. I do not like the closed environment, and I have not been super happy with my iPhone experience. We'll talk about that another time. For now, we'll take a question, and then we'll talk about whatever we want to talk about.
So you're a shut-in in person, and you're a shut-in on phones. Like, you want to be free out in the world with your phone and like have all these things to play with, but then never leave your house. So I thought this would be a good blend.
I think Android just handles texting so much better. I love texting, and iPhone makes it more difficult, and especially with the size of this phone, it's virtually impossible to text one-handed, which makes it very difficult to text and drive, which I enjoy doing, and I don't care who knows it.
Matt, it's called voice text.
Yeah, it's great until something doesn't quite translate right, and you have to go then correct it, and the iPhone goes, no, you can't tap there. No, not here, not there, not there. How about over here? How about over here? How about over here?
Pops up. The bubble pops up, and you can move your thumb a little bit, and you go right where you want to go.
Yeah, you know what? And you know how the Android handles that? You just do it, and it goes where you want it to go the first time, and you don't have to move it around.
We'll keep your training wheel, iPhone training wheels on.
Yeah, clearly I need them. All right, so so there was a question here that spotted my spotted it, and it caught your attention. It caught my eye. It's from Jamie Cox's group, the Realtor Lead Generation Tips, and it's kind of an active active client, but it is a market in question.
Okay.
So Debbie Batterson, not Patterson, Batterson with a B, says, "Hey everyone, I need tips on refreshing my listing. It was overpriced, and sadly I now need to breathe new life into it. It was well advertised, but it is in a bad school district, so what's the best way to revive it? Be gentle, I can take it." So I don't know if that last bit was necessary, but she specified. So Greg, what do you think? Refreshing a previously overpriced listing?
Oh, she's fucked. Okay,
Yeah, that's a tough one. I know. I've sprung this one on you.
So I just we had a property. It was not a good scenario. Our clients are super pissed because they thought it was the prettiest baby out there, and of course their home was not the prettiest baby. They're in the great city, but the wrong school district, and the house had been a rental. And then they tried to put lipstick on a pig, and it didn't go well at all. So I understand this. It was the biggest problem for us. The one thing I could say to is slightly, I mean, this is just me riffing here, okay? Slightly price it below what the market is demanding in the price point out there. See if you can generate some interest, maybe even a potential bidding war on the home. Even though it's in a bad school district, it might be in the right price point. And of course, if it doesn't sell for what the seller truly wants it to sell or needs it to sell for, then of course they never have to sell it. It's just a strategy. Otherwise, I mean, I would do maybe a large event at the house. Maybe see if you could do like a first-time home buyers meeting at the property, so that you can get potential buyers into a home and make it you can do a big media blurb about it. You can do several different videos about the property. You can do a Facebook Live. What else would you want to do? Maybe put in a front lawn. I don't know. Whatever it needs.
Curb appeal, new pictures.
Yeah. I mean,
especially if you skimped on the pictures the first time around, knowing that it was overpriced and wasn't as likely to sell. Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that maybe you skimped on the first time around, knowing it was overpriced, that now maybe you go back and redo it now that you feel like it's that it's priced right. Let me ask you, Greg, what about? So those are some strategic things. What about tactically, in terms of the MLS and how it's listed and stuff like that? Is it worth taking it off of the MLS, waiting long enough for it to like refresh, and then putting it up as a quote new listing with the new price, new pictures?
So you would have, for our market, you had to hold it off for 30 days, but they have two different categories here. They have, how many days have been on the market, then they do the cumulative days on market. So an agent's going to, when you look at the days on market and they say, oh, 6 days, wait a minute, 136 days, what the fuck is going on here? Oh, I remember that thing. That was like a piece of poo stuck to the bottom of my shoe. That was a horrible house. I had to scrape that thing off for weeks.
All right.
It's all going to be price.
Now, will agents notice that? Because
yes,
we all know it takes like big buttons and colors, and anything that requires more than one click might not get done. But in this case, realtors are, they're the crime dog. They're gonna sniff around and find that listing has been on the market before.
Well, in my MLS, the way it's laid out, it's very obvious to be seen. But if you wait 30 days, you may have cycled through your buyer pool, depending on how much inventory you have. So you may have fresh eyes and fresh needs that are on the home at that time. And you take it off for the 30 days. You can do what you need to do to get done. But you also have to talk to the seller and see what their want, need, or desire is. Do they have the ability to do what needs to be done? Can they go through this process again? Why are they selling? Is it a need or a want? If it's a want, they're the fuck out, dude. But if it's a need, they'll probably do whatever it takes. They won't be happy with you because they're going to blame you for everything, because naturally you're the real estate agent and you're spawn of Satan if they don't get what they want.
Of course,
naturally.
Make sure if you do take it off the market, keep in contact with them, because I took an expired listing from somebody that took a break with their agent, and then I called them up and took the listing.
You're like, bitches. You're just running a wagon to see you. I got your listing.
That's right. All right. Anyway, so let's talk about. Well, first of all, let's talk about my latest head injury, and then we'll talk about Inman yesterday. So I had quite an outburst yesterday. So if anybody caught the show last time, you understand the ping pong injury that led to my nose. Now I've managed to add a forehead shiner. So I'm growing a horn over here out of my head, just on the right side.
Were you in the library studying, Matt? Was it something dangerous like that?
Oh, well, close. I was As they say, most accidents happen in the home, and apparently that rings true because I was in my own kitchen. I was getting like cooking lunch, as I am known to do. That's part of why I work from home. I cook a healthy lunch. So anyway, I was grabbing chicken out of the freezer. I put the bag of chicken back into the freezer. I closed the said freezer door, and then opened the fridge door. Bent down to like pick something up that fell. I think I dropped like a whole thing of cantaloupe, and like it came out. It dropped on the floor. I'm picking it up. I stand back up. Whack right into the corner of the freezer door. It had popped back open without me knowing it, and oh my god, I yelled so loud somebody heard me outside my apartment and came walking up the stairs to ask if I was okay. And no, it was not. Oh shucks.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there was an F on the front of that word. You know.
GD, yeah, more like a GD, a healthy, loud GD.
Oh, that is too damn funny.
I'll spare the real estate uncensored sensitive ears with that.
What is GD?
God damn it.
Oh, okay. I just want to make you say it.
Nah, God damn it.
You got it twice.
Shut up, Greg. All right. So Inman Connect. So what's up? What did you learn? What did you glean? What did you come back with?
Okay, boys and girls, here we go. There's a lot of stuff here. Something I'm going to go over on my Facebook Live. So none of you people going to my Facebook Live better be watching right now. You're going to get a double dose. Here are 7 different things that you can do tech-wise that might help you in both building your database and your sphere of influence and just kind of overall techie stuff. So number 1, LinkedIn export. Do you guys know that it's incredibly easy to export your information from LinkedIn? I mean, it's like 2 clicks.
It's
and
ridiculously
you export all
easy.
your stuff.
Yeah. Even an agent could do it.
I know. That's why they told us.
Now, the question is what you do with the CSV file once you have it. That's, oof, I mean, yeah. But it is very easy to export. You just go to your connections and the little settings wheel on the top right, and just click that and then hit export.
Yeah, export, and guess what? Magically, wham, bam, boom, and there they are, guys. You have all of those connections, and then you're probably going, why in the hell do I need to be exporting my contacts? Well, guys, let me explain it to you. Maybe because you build a database because people that are professional update their shit, and it's on LinkedIn.
I don't know. You would know about that, Greg. I did that for you 2 years ago when we met.
I know, and that's why I'm so thankful for you.
Yeah, thanks.
There's that one reason.
Nothing else, just mainly the LinkedIn export.
Yeah, I'm so thankful for that. Here's another one, guys. You guys have ever heard of Google Alerts? It's an opportunity where you can go in and you can set an alert on anything that is mentioned in the web, anywhere. Okay, so a couple of ideas that I like a lot is go in and set a Google Alert on your own name so that you know when someone's writing or saying something about you out on the web. But here's a really good twist to that. Go set a Google Alert for your listings. Now, why is that? Because you know those motherfucking other agents are out there jacking your shit and trying to push it off as their own. Oh yeah, you know how that happens, Matt?
In what sense?
They'll grab the listing and then they will try to promote it out in some part of the web as their listing to attract buyers. So if you see someone out there trying to say, hey, look, guys, come take a look at my listing or ask questions about my listing, then you can go to the board, you can get them, you can go after them because that's not ethical, and you're a shitbag if you do it. Okay. Now this is the cool one, guys. This is the really cool one. I just told Matt about it. He's going to download it, and it's on your. It's called Gboard. Go to your app stores, only for iPhones, guys. I'm sorry about that, but just the way the shit rolls. And I'm going to pull up.
Well, it's probably built into Android. I mean, this is the Google keyboard. No? What? What?
It's not gonna, see, this is why Apple's better, Matt. We talked about this.
I dispute that. I dispute.
Of course you do. That's just what you do. And we always go over who's right at the end of the day. This dude. I'm trying to get into somewhere where I can write something really quickly, because basically what it does, guys, is it will put up a little opportunity where if you guys want to meet, say, someone at a restaurant, but you forgot the address of the restaurant, you can go in, you can type the address in the restaurant, and this will pop up that the Gboard does on all of your keyboards. It will pull up maybe the website or the address or something about it. You can then insert that information directly into your text or your email or your social media post or whatever else you're writing on. It's really pretty cool. It's a really pretty cool, fun, free app. That's the one that I was literally downloading on site there that day. So Gboard for Google, I mean for Google only, for iPhones only. Number 4 is people.com, and that's PIPL. Again, PIPL. What that is it is a really cool thing. If you want to do a people search, go to PIPL.com. You can, let's say you got like superhero dad 2006 at gmail.com. You're like, well, who the hell is superhero dad at 2006 at Gmail? Well, you can go to PIPL.com and you can enter in that email address, and you can, most likely you'll be able to pull up a full profile on him. Anything that's out on the web, they'll pull together so that you can see who stalker number 1 is, or who the guy is who did not want to enter his real information, which then makes no sense, because if you're actually going to go hunt someone down, or get information on something, you might want to actually give the right info. Just a hint, but. And it's really cool and really kind of cool stuff. This is another one that I totally forgot about, that Matt, you and I heard about at Connect. Was it Connect down in LA? Explode. Yeah. You guys, this is really cool. So, the actress Liz that is doing all those ads on TV for Realtor.com? Well, what she also has done, and she's won awards for this. They've won awards for this. Go to Realtor.com. /give Liz, GIVELIZ, give Liz, and she has put together a series of informational videos about buying and selling a home and the process of it, so that you can forward those on to your buyers or sellers and have incredibly high quality, professionally done videos explaining the process in a very elegant and easy way, so you don't have to bumblefuck your way through that. So the next step is so should we see a house and then get pre-approved, or pre-approved and see a house? I would get that so mixed up. No. So go to realtor.com / give Liz, if I could talk. Here's another one that you guys might want to do is again, it's 100% free and super easy to do. This is a cell phone. This has contacts in it. Now, when you want to send your contact to somebody, what do? You usually say, I'm going to send my contact to you. Well, on your own name, instead of being just Greg McDaniel, which I did change, by the way, I'm gonna put in Realtor, Greg McDaniel. So, if they're searching through something and they're like, who was Matt's real estate agent again? And you can just they can type in Realtor. Now, is it going to work? I don't know, but we can give it a run. Right. Like me, a lot of us out there may not have the best name recognition when it comes to a party, and someone's like, "Hey, Greg," you're like, "Hey, you pal." Gosh, it's been a long time, and they're like, "I saw you last week." You're like, "Sick of this."
Look at you, just
Matt. I didn't know your kids were so.
Did you lose weight or hair or both?
I had the lap band 2 years ago. We've seen each other since then. Why do you got to make fun of me, Dick? Yeah. That's right. So, you can have. There's this thing called Name Rick, all one word. So NAMERICK, Name Rick, and what it is that you can go put a name in there, and then they'll give you all kinds of funny, weird ways to remember someone's name. And so the next time you see him, you're not going to be like, Matt, Julie, obese hippos. Oh, those are your kids. Those are your kids.
Obese hippos.
Oh, philodendron bastards. So yeah, those are some really cool, pretty cool ones, guys. I really like the Gboard just personally because I hate jumping back and forth from different sites to copy and paste and then send. It's just really, really cool. So that is what I got out of that. But do you want to take a question, or then we can talk about what I learned about why you should always be nice to anybody you run into?
Yes, because I didn't get a chance to catch your Facebook Live the other day, so I am interested to hear. So this is another question from the Realtor Lead Gen tips. So Douglas Lee says, I need some advice. Open houses are a big part of my efforts to help my sellers move their property. I found them to be incredibly effective at making it predictable to show the home and consistently show. Now, that's not the case everywhere, obviously, Greg. Open houses work great for you. They're a little bit less effective in Midwest markets. But anyway, So because I list multiple properties, I'm always doing open houses. I can't be at every open house, so I rely on substitutes to help me. And surprise, the agents that he has lined up to cover his open houses don't always follow through and do what they say they're going to do and show up at his open houses. I know,
Matt, you're lying to me. An agent doesn't follow through? Get the fuck out.
Yes. So he says, I wanted to find other ways to consistently find subs and to get some sort of accountability. So what do you think, Greg?
We've actually had agents not show up to our open houses, just flat out not show. We've had agents tell us that they left early because they weren't getting enough traffic. Just like, are you freaking kidding me? So what we did is we started being very selective on who was to hold the open house, and we would literally qualify them. Like if we'd put an email out, hey guys, what are you gonna? We need someone to hold the open house. Okay, great. You have 5 people that respond. Fantastic. Come on in, guys. We want to make sure that you're gonna be a right fit. Interview these bitches, because you know what? I've had agents walk in, and I was so impressed by what they offered. They're like, my instance, Mary Lou, if she ever watches this, dude, you are my favorite. You're my go-to. I will always pick you first above anybody else that canned open houses to. The reason why, she's a sweet woman. She's lived in the area for quite a while. She's very professional, and she shows up on time. She's courteous. She gives me a full detailed report on what happens. She also writes something up that we can send to the sellers. I mean, are you shitting me? And then she was always so nice. She's like, hi, Greg, this is Mary Lou. Do you think there's any possibility of holding an open house for you this weekend? And I said, Mary Lou, if there ever is an opportunity, you're my first go-to. I mean, that is the way to do it right there. Make sure they're going to be the right fit. Also, vet the agents, make sure they're the right fit for the property potentially. So maybe if we take Mary Lou and we put her in the get low, maybe not the best opportunity. Okay?
Concord, represent.
Yeah. God, we're retards.
Well, anyway, go on. Yes, if you put her in the ghetto, perhaps maybe not the best way to go. All right, but so being more selective about the people that you pick. But what about the accountability part? Once you've made that mistake, or once you pick someone that you think is good, how do you increase the incentive to make sure that they show up? Are you guys what's the pay structure, for instance, for Mary Lou?
There is no pay structure. She gets a buyer. That's her candy at the end of the stick. I mean, I do not pay agents to open houses. I've never have and never will. The way that the incentive structure is that the market that we're in is where people want to hold open houses because they're very wealthy buyers coming through. Well, you screw up, I take that opportunity away. It's like when you try to dig too much candy and your grandma or mom smacks the shit out of your hand.
I thought you were talking about for my kids. Like I tried to take away the candy from the kids, and I got my hand bitten off by those little Thor dentures.
God, those things are always hungry too. Be careful, Matt.
That's right.
Wear chain metal gloves. Okay.
That's right. I just use one of those senior citizen grabber sticks. I'm good. Well, let's take another one. All right. So choose great people. You don't have to incentivize them. In your area, the incentives are taking care of the fact that one buyer is 30, 40, 50 grand in commission, and you screw up once and you're gone. Yeah,
you screw up once, or if you're rude to my seller, dude, you're done. I mean, so fast done, it's gonna make your head spin.
All right. So one more before we get into what else you learned at Inman Connect. So Andrew Gardner says, anyone know of a good, inexpensive flyer creation software?
Fiverr.com.
Well, someone suggested Corfax, so I thought maybe that might be up your alley a little bit, Greg, since you are one of their best customers.
Oh yeah, dude. By the way, I ran into Chris at the event yesterday.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Had an opportunity to kick it with him. A lot of fun. Nice guy. I also had an opportunity to meet. I hung out with Christian Peters. Super cool dude. Peter. It's like Des Moines. It's just Des Moines. There's no S, so there's no.
That's right. There's no S. Exactly. Except in Christian's case, it's not French. It just literally doesn't exist in his last name.
Quit picking on this dyslexic asshole.
All right. So anyway.
They're like, oh, look, there's the new kid. Arm bar.
Oh, I was not. I was the new kid. The 1 year I went to school. All right, go ahead. So anyway, you kicked it with Chris Burnley and Christian Peter.
Yeah, hung out with them for a while. We're going to swing around with Burnley and talk about that thing and get him in as a part of it. He's down.
Good.
So, Core Fat Guys is a really good company. I don't get paid to say it. I get nothing out of it. I've known Chris Burnley for a long time. He's a solid guy. He's got a solid company. They make solid product. Go take a look at corefact.com. They can make some solid flyers, but I'm not going to lie. They're going to be a little bit more on the more expensive side. So maybe talk to an
why?
Huh?
There's a reason why.
For their postcards, yeah, because they have the tracking information on it. Absolutely.
Doesn't some of the same stuff go into the flyers though?
Not to my knowledge, we never ordered any flyers from them. I mean, we have Eileen. Okay. Eileen makes all of our flyers.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, who did I hear about the other day? There was a good flyer maker, and they were relatively cheap, if not free.
Can't you get you've talked about like title companies and stuff like that providing some of those services, right? Am I remembering that right?
Title can't in California. Title can't even legally offer you a glass of water when you come into the office, because that would be buying your business.
So it's like getting into a club. Is there like a bouncer outside you have to get past and like slip him 100 or something?
Yo, let me in. Let me go to the VIP signing room.
Yeah, exactly.
I get bottle service, by the way.
So they can't do that. All right. So here's what I would do. If you like, Greg, you mentioned Fiverr. So the quick and dirty solution to that is you find a flyer that you like, you take a picture of it, or you find the actual flyer itself online or whatever. And if you can give someone from Fiverr the overall layout that you like and the content, they can do everything for you, and they'll come back with something that's pretty good. I mean, that's an hour of work from a real graphic designer in a foreign country that would take you, oh my God, like 2 hours of work to do something that's a third as good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, someone was joking around the other day. I don't know if it was Brindley, Tucker, one of the previous guests, or somebody else, but they're like, agents are like their brokerage provides like graphic design services for $10 an hour or something like that, and agents still insist on doing it themselves. That's insane. It's crazy. It's just crazy talk.
It's what we always know about most people in business. I mean, what they're trying to do is they're trying to remain in control of every aspect of their business. But if you're not good at that, then you're going to run and bump your head into walls trying to get shit done. I mean, it doesn't make any sense for you to try to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Hope if anyone ever learns that would be epic.
Yes, it would be epic. All right, how about we're just about at the midway mark. Why don't we give some shout outs and then we'll dive back into the questions.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So first of all, go to gregsmarketingexamples.com. Check out Viral Marketing. Check out what they do for Greg. And Greg has a little video there where he explains exactly what they do to help him pull more repeat and referral business out of his database. They are a phenomenal company, one of the best run companies I've ever seen. They're amazing. So check them out. And then homing in, Greg mentioned Christian Peter. He's been on the show before. That is the app that Christian and Todd Miller started. And it allows homeowners essentially, to request real valuations from agents in their area, but homeowners, real valuations, not Zillow's estimates and crap like that. So go download the app, no matter what platform you're on, no matter what phone you have, go download it, pop in your area and see if there's seller leads that are already waiting for you. This is our chance as a real estate industry to capture these leads within our own ecosystem without somebody else figuring out how to generate these leads and then sell them back to us like Zillow did with buyers. So how about we do that? How about we save ourselves a lot of money in the long run and go download this free app called Home In, go test it out and see if there are free seller leads waiting for you. And if not, start promoting the app, for crying out loud. Start blasting it all over the place on Facebook as a way that people can request that and generate your own seller leads. So that's another way you can use that.
Yeah, use Homing In, guys. Down with the man. Down with Zillow and them trying to to screw us.
That's right.
We'll be like all Braveheart and shit.
That's right, Greg. They'll come in here with half your face painted blue.
Freedom.
That's right. Or it was just a great night, with beer the night before. Anyway.
Yeah, we could do that. I'll go for that too.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, Greg, who do you have to shout out?
Dude, okay. First, before I start my shout outs, unbelievable thing took place. I booked my first January McDaniel challenge, and it is ridiculous. I still have a few in December, guys. So if you guys want to do the McDaniel challenge and get an hour and a half to 2 hours of free coaching with me, no strings attached, it's super fun. We'll do whatever, is stopping you, blocking you, or hindering you from getting where you want to go, guys. We'll talk about that at the end of the show. But I have so many people to talk about. Let's see, Gabrielle, we had a great talk last night. Super cool dude. Congratulations on your new baby boy, man. That is so cool. Melissa, Thanks for reaching out and chatting with me. Benny, I really appreciate it. We have Chris and Paul I'm going to talk to tomorrow. They're going to come install FirePoint for me. Jemima, fuck that one up.
Jemima?
No, why you gotta get racist?
Because that's the only Jemima I've ever heard on the face of it. I've never heard it pronounced any other way. No one ever says Aunt Jemima's, but
That's true.
syrup,
That's true.
maple syrup.
So we have Juan, Kirby, Joseph, Nikki, Nick, Mary, Jordan, Shane. Oh, dude, I'm bringing Shane Gary on our show. He has a Facebook page. The guy goes off the rails, but he's got super legit stuff when it comes to mindset and really just changing your life for better. So he's going to be on. Mike and I have been talking a lot. Tim and Janet and I, Rory, he and I have been chatting back and forth. Stevie and I have been chatting back and forth. Aaron, Stephanie. I can keep going on people from now until the cows come home. But you guys are just unbelievably awesome. I love the text messages. I love the Facebook messages. I love all of this stuff. And I love the fact that so many of you guys want to better yourselves and become the best you possibly can in this real estate business. So tonight I'm talking to Ashley out of Florida. I'm going to make her get on the phone with me. She wanted to push it back, and I have no way of doing it. But I also had a great talk with Brent on Monday night. So you guys, please keep staying in contact with me. Please ask me questions. I love it. It really makes me feel like I'm giving back to the community when you guys reach out. By the way,
Drew, I have two shout outs. Drew and Mike Holbrook. Mike, who's watching the show right now and sent me a message, said he's you racist. I'm rolling on the floor laughing my ass off. All right, so don't be the January kids. Get in touch with Greg, 925-918-1978. Sorry about that.
Fuck.
I know.
Redo that.
925-915-1978.
Gosh, I can't believe you forgot.
We're going to start stacking Greg with 2 or 3 McDaniel challenges a night.
We are?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Greg's going to open up 3 coaching slots every night.
Do you know how drunk I'm going to be at the end of those?
Yes.
Welcome to the third one.
That's right. Sadly, I know exactly how drunk you will be for that. All right. Oh, my gosh. All right. So there was and speaking of really good content, there was a really good Facebook Live by one of our friends, Chris Angel, who's been on the show before, and it was about systems versus hustle. And if you are not already friends or connected with Chris Angel on Facebook, it's Angel, Angell. Go look him up right now. Awesome. He is constantly posting really, really good stuff. I love his perspective on stuff. He's the guy that said we are no longer in a sales industry. We are now in a consulting industry. And because of that, he has a ton of really good stuff, good content on how to approach that, how to approach this industry like a consultant and build a real deal consulting business. He's actually going to be part of this new thing that we're building with Aaron Wittenstein. It's going to be awesome. He's going to deliver some awesome stuff. So
you have to tell you what happened.
Okay.
I woke up this morning, and guess what that jackass Aaron Wittenstein did?
What did he do?
That son of a bitch called me out on a script off.
What?
A script off. He thinks he's better than me at scripting. I'm going to turn.
You grew up in this business.
I know.
You came out of the womb spouting like buyer and seller scripts. Like you came out of the womb and immediately like hit the ground running and went and door knocked.
I'm convincing my mother for breast milk. All right. So look, what I'm saying here is, if they had a better deal, okay, that just got weird. But yeah, no, so this is the deal. He has offered me a script off on the 17th, if my memory serves me correctly. So I got to respond back to him. So if you guys watch Aaron or me on this new platform Matt and I will be launching on, we will be able to have a poll sent out to all of the viewers, both now and in the past. So if you don't vote for me, we got problems, kids. Okay, so
right. You're going to our audience versus Aaron's audience.
We win. So yeah, lead gen scripts and objections page, guys. Go to it right now and get onto it. I'm an admin, so is Matt. We'll get you on, so you guys take care of some of this cool stuff. But all right,
cool.
Next.
All right, back to what you're learning. I learned yesterday.
How much did you learn? Did you get educations?
That's right.
That's
very, very George Bushian of you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go cut down some bushes and trees and shit. All right. So, okay. So one of the things that I really learned yesterday, guys, I talked about this briefly on if you guys, any of you guys caught a little bit of my live Facebook this morning, but which was sadly cut, short because of the shitty coverage that in an area of the freeway. But I was wandering around like a lost fawn in the woods, through Inman, and I met this. I was trying to find my way up to the registration area. And a couple nice people helped me up there and, showed me where it is. So after going in and checking out some of the new products and going in to, talk with a few folks, and I was walking out to get some lunch. And then there's this other lady that was walking around and she was just lost as I was. And I'm like, can I help you with anything? She's like, yes. Can you please help me show me where the registration is? I'm like, hey, not a problem. I couldn't find it either. Come on down with me. So she followed me down. She and I started talking. And lo and behold, as we're walking into the registration area, she's like, oh yeah, I'm an agent from, where's Marianne from? She's like Pacific Northwest neighborhoods and maybe Seattle. But she's there to speak about Snapchat. And I was like, no kidding, you're going to speak? And she's, oh yeah, I'm speaking at the main event tomorrow, which is now today, which is August 3rd. For any of the people that are watching this months ago.
That was wildly confusing, but in other words, she's a speaker.
She's a national speaker about Snapchat. And so I said, may I pick your brain for a few minutes? And she's like, yes, of course you can. So she went and we sat down and she spent like an hour plus with me. We're just sitting there walking me through everything. And then she's going to be speaking with the head of marketing for realtor.com as well. And I offered her to come on our show, guys. She's coming on our show. This woman is super cool. She's an agent just like us, but she just crushes it on Snapchat. And there's some really cool things you can do with it, guys. It was just, for me, it was a opportunity to be reminded of that, everyone around you has something to offer and everyone around you has a battle that they're fighting. So if you can help somebody, then they might want to give back to you or might just want to make a good friend. So it was just a really cool thing. And all of you guys are going to be blessed and honored to have her on the show because she is so stinking smart on this thing, man. It's not even funny.
It's awesome. It's funny because I had a very, very similar experience last week. So one of the mortgage brokers that I hooked up with the mortgage podcast that I book for kind of hooked me up with the gal that runs the Young Mortgage Professionals Association here in San Diego, right? So she invited me to a training event. That way we could meet up and meet the leadership team of the group and just see if I could help them out with marketing or if they wanted me to come like speak on podcasting or whatever. Just kind of just a get to know you thing. Mm-hmm. So I show up. I don't know anybody. I don't know the person that I was introduced to. We've only been introduced through email. We didn't even talk on the phone. So I really didn't know. I was just kind of like keeping an eye out for her. That was the only person I even remotely had a connection with. So I'm milling around the break room, grabbing some water and stuff like that, strike up a conversation with the guy who's in the break room. Well, guess who that is? It's the speaker at that event. That guy's going to be on our show in 3 or 4 weeks talking about how to succeed and how to prospect and how to farm using intelligence you gather from LinkedIn. So it was just a really cool. It was an opportunity, and it was the same thing for me. It was that reminder of. Not that I wouldn't do this anyway, despite Greg your insistent overtures to the contrary that I'm a hermit that never leaves my house and hate people. But when I go out and you make the effort and you strike up conversations with the people that are nearby, you really never know who they are. I mean, maybe the speaker at the event that you're at, it's just happened to be and Greg, and that was not an environment where I would have assumed that guy was the keynote speaker of that event. I had no reason to believe that. So it was it was really cool.
Yeah, so that guys, when it comes back down to you as an agent and you're out prospecting, again, you never know who's around you that could be a potential client. So why don't you go up and talk to someone if they have any kind of remote opportunity to do an icebreaker or an intro? Like I told you guys about the story about the lady in my workout class, right? I'd never really talked to anybody. I came in there blurry-eyed and tired, hair standing on end, and I just want to work out and go home. Well, she told me months ago that when she came up to me, she said, Greg, what do you do for a living? And I'm like, well, why? She's like, well, there's a poll running. We're deciding between ex-military, cop, or fireman. I'm like, cool, some sexy job titles. All right.
Notice MMA fighter wasn't listed among those.
I didn't have cauliflower ear. No, I did not.
Yeah, exactly.
But, she said, oh, I told her I'm a real estate agent. And she's like, oh, dang it, I wish I had known. My husband and I just bought some more investment properties. I'm like, So take the 60-day challenge, guys. Okay, if you guys haven't heard about the 60-day challenges, when you go into a coffee shop of your choosing for the next 60 days, because we all know we got to drink the black goodness every morning, otherwise our systems are not going to function. Except for Matt, he drinks it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
And sometimes 6 o'clock at night.
Wow, you are a mutant. Well, that's when you're going to the gym, though, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, we're driving up to see Kristen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Which, by the way, guys, Matt does not have a family, and he does not have 3 kids. He has a beautiful, incredibly kind, wonderful girlfriend.
Yes, I do.
Which I adore, and I'm glad that he does not have his fictitious family, because then I would feel horrible about my comments.
Well, you should, because you comment about them a lot.
Funny. Okay, so the 60-day challenge: take your Facebook Live, take your Instagram, take your Snapchat. Show people where you're going to be from X time to X time. Tell them that they come in, you can buy them a cup of coffee, and then you change locations as much as you can, because there's thousands of people in your marketplace that want to get to know you, but they just don't know you yet, okay? And then don't wear these. Remember, I've talked about this a lot. These are called the earbuds. Do not wear these when you're doing the 60-day challenge, because then you're going to look closed off or listen to music and people won't engage with you, or you can't engage with them. Sit there, do work, and have like a, do I have my little fake file? I don't. The little Rockcliffe file, like a working file, or something, that maybe a stack of listings or something, right? That says real estate without saying real estate, and just have conversations with people. Hand out 25 business cards every single day, guys. I know I'm like a broken record on this, but maybe someone who hasn't heard my voice for months and months and months at a time will hear this and be like, oh, bing, that's a hell of a marketing idea, and go out and make money. If you have no money, this is a perfect opportunity for it. And if you're like Justin Moy, who was on our show months ago, he was so broke at that time that he went down and bought like a reusable Starbucks, white drinkable glass, and he would just fill it up with water and go have, coffee meetings. No one ever knew. So, I mean, that's just an opportunity for you guys to really start getting out there and start putting business into your sphere and into your future ASAP, without having a whole heck of a lot of outspend.
Yeah, and it's we hate to repeat stuff because it's not as entertaining, but
I'm entertaining.
75% of the purpose of the show is to help people and not just be entertaining. So, I mean, it does bear repeating. I mean, I was talking to a guy about this the other day, and he ran across the book Managing the Professional Service Firm in 1995 and started, he was looked at that going, look, this is the answer for all of my business coaching clients. But he's like even then, he really took him a decade or more to realize that, wait a minute, I didn't put half of the stuff that I was telling other people to do into my own business.
Mm-hmm.
So we all have that blind spot sometimes where we hear something, we go, yeah. Like in music, right? Somebody tells you to slow down when you practice, and it's like, yeah, I'll do that. And then you proceed to do the exact opposite, and you don't actually use the advice. And then one day, you realize, oh, wait a minute, they actually told me that for a reason, because when you slow down, you're more effective and you get better faster. It's one of those things where sometimes you have to hear it over and over again and from a bunch of different places until it really takes hold and you go, okay, now I'm going to act on it.
No, and that's, I called myself out on it the other day. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I keep talking about the 60-day challenge, but I don't do the 60-day challenge. This is bullshit. I mean, complete bullshit. So here is something that I thought of, and the Inman did this really brilliantly yesterday. So any of you guys that are playing Pokemon, you know what that thing is. I don't know what that thing is, but I know it has to do with Pokemon.
I'm blissfully unaware.
Yeah, me too. I'm so glad about that. But check this out. So I just thought of another way that you can get people to come and hang out with you, Matt. If you were to say, hey, look, I'm going to be at this Starbucks from this time to this time. Anyone who comes down, I'll give you $5 in lures for Pokemon. And if I'm speaking, Hebrew and walking backwards right now, apparently lures.
So is everyone playing Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't know. But apparently it's like you throw the lure out, and then like all these hordes of zombies show up and like try to catch these little creatures. I don't fucking get it. But what I'm saying is it could be something, just a sticky point. Midori behind me, our new agent, is laughing her ass off. This could be a great opportunity to get people to take action, because these are in such high demand right now. Or if you do those on a mailer or something, because they're really important. If you guys don't play Pokemon, maybe one of your kids or nieces or nephews or kid down the street does. Ask them, what would be attractive, because I'm seeing a lot of adults play Pokemon. A mom in our parking lot out here literally almost got hit by a car because she was following the fucking thing. I don't know where you're even following. If you're following, I don't know. What she was doing the zombie thing, the zigzag, follow the thing on the screen.
Okay, I still don't know what you're talking about. Oh, but anyway, okay. So put out the lure, blah blah blah.
Marketing thing. Yes. See, that's new. And Inman, we can thank Inman for that right there, buddy.
Right, thank you, Inman.
Such heartfelt
for encouraging agents to encourage people to play Pokemon.
But it's awesome, Matt. Come on, that's why you and I aren't doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Grant Cardone called it Brokemon.
Brokemon?
Brokemon. It's like, you playing Pokemon, you playing Brokemon. That was funny. Oh man. All right, so let's take a question here since you're getting a little off track here.
Off track. That's a marketing idea.
Getting a little off track here. I don't want to talk about Pokemon. All right, so Aaron Gray says, "Hey, I'm new to the business and basically have nothing to budget for advertising. What should I be doing every morning when I wake up? I have a very limited sphere of influence and I need to grow it." Greg, what say you?
Didn't we just answer that fucking question?
Go down to the coffee shop?
Yes. Didn't we just do this?
Oh, man, that's it? That's all you got for a new agent? Go down to a coffee shop and do the 60-day challenge?
How about you go door knock, get off your ass, go door knock every single day. I don't care what kind of fucking flyers you have. Get out there, put some shoe leather onto the pavement, go introduce yourself, shake some hands, hand out some cards, hand out 25 to 50 cards a day. See where you are in your business in 30 days. Call me. My number is 925-915-1978. I bet you I will pay you $100 in Pokemon lures if everyone's like, fuck that. I'll pay you $100.
Yeah, speaking of door knocking.
No, yeah, I know. I mean, if you can actually prove legitimately that you went out for 30 days straight, and you can prove that with the contact numbers, and you can tell me that you don't have any business from handing out 25 to 50 business cards, I'll pay you $100.
All right.
Matt's money.
Oh, really? That's all right. We got a couple of people bought the farming product here over the last couple of days. We'll just use that money. It goes into an account that I control. All right. So there was a question that I spotted on the Out of the Box Owl Facebook group from Heather Haas. She said, "I'm going to be knocking on some doors of some expireds and attending some open houses of FSBOs. I am new to this and this is out of my comfort zone. Any advice?" There's two different questions there. So first of all, since you mentioned door knocking, especially with expireds, Greg, for someone that's new, we've given the example of Darren Hardy with the giant balls. But what would you do if you're a new agent?
Big brass balls. Big brass balls. Okay, so Dan, he hit me up on text message the other day, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know, man. I was thinking kind of I might go do that." I'm like, "Stop being a pussy. Get your bitch ass out there, and don't get back to me if you don't do it," because he's been ho-humming about it. So he's like, "Okay, I'll go do it." So I'll go with some balls. I'm like, good. The only reason I say these things, guys, is because I want to push you and get you out of the nest, you little baby birds. Just start to fly on your own. And he hit me back the next day, dude. It was fucking awesome. Big old long text message. He went to 4 expireds, and he did the Darren Hardy thing, dude. Straight up did the Darren Hardy thing. One person, didn't want to sell and kind of yelled at him. He's like, okay, that sucked. Went to the next one. They basically, said, no, leave me alone. Went to the third one. The woman thought it was so awesome because he's like, hey, my name is Dan. I work for ABC Real Estate Company, and you're going to need this when we work together. He's just all puckered up back there. Oh my God, I'm so scared. And so what happened, the coolest thing is, the lady was so impressed with his big brass balls, in a figurative term, that she's like, come on in. I love what you're doing. Let's talk about, getting the home on the market. He's got a listing appointment. Here's the coolest part about it. That home is 2.5 times more expensive than anything else in his core marketplace.
Nice.
And then the fourth one threatened to call his attorney because he thought he was trying to kick him out of his house.
1 out of 4 ain't bad.
Dude, 1 out of 4, but it's 2.5 times more expensive than the rest of the properties. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Assuming it sells.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
He got the end, dude. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I can't help you on the out. I got you on the end.
So what about the FSBO part of that? Attending open houses of FSBOs. Have you ever done that? I mean, I went after FSBOs, but I called. I didn't attend any open houses.
I mean, go do the same thing. Go buy, hand out something about yourself. We've talked about this before. You know, you're trying to build a relationship, bring value, show that you're not just a bloodsucking real estate agent, that you actually care about them. If they're not going to be doing anything, baby step your way into that relationship. You know, go, hi, my name is Greg McDaniel. Matt Johnson and Julie and their 3 obese babies answer the front door. And Matt's upset because Julie ate all the food and the kids couldn't eat, so they're crying all day. It's horrible. Then the kids start eating on the door jams. I mean, poor little things. They're turning into little fat
It's a good thing I
termites
have
now.
my senior grabbers.
Yeah. Ooh.
gotta fend those things off. You're gonna turn on me. I keep 2 of them on me at all times. Just click, 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 click.
Ding, 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 ding. All right, so what I would do is I go there, bring them a little bit of information about you, about the current market, maybe bring them some current solds, just so they can have some information. Bring them, if they don't want to do anything still, come back in a couple of days with a disclosure packet, you know, that has the current documents, like the current forms that you'd currently use in this current market, not like 2006 forms. Give it to them as value add. Come by, you know, every so often with value add information, and then maybe ask if you can hold an open house for them. You know, you'll do all the marketing. You know, you can go do a 2-minute little video talking about how this home hasn't. And one of my favorite phrasings is this. And let's say the home hasn't sold in 23 years, right? They've been there raising their kids. Say, first time on the market in 23 years. Come by for 1-day open house only. Contact for private showings. And then, you know, they'll call you and you can set up showings on Sunday, right? So either pre or post the open house. I just made that up, and that is fucking awesome.
Just made that up.
I did. Right. Think about it. You can leverage that whole day on Sunday, and if you can get private showings, those are buyers that then you will have the in on because you're showing them something that's not on the market. You're a pimp for being able to even get that in. So what else can you do? Now you have multiple other buyers. You can go talk to the other FSBOs, the other expireds, the other active listings. You just like quadrupled your ability to leverage that opportunity. That is awesome.
All right.
You're welcome.
Good. Well, it sounds like a pretty good place to tie a nice little bow on this one. So make sure to subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, and Stitcher. And don't forget that you're just not going to be cool if you don't get a McDaniel challenge in before the end of the year.
No, you're not. No. Short bus status after that, people. Short bus status.
Short bus status.
Where Matt was the king of the bus all through growing up years.
No, really. I've actually never once ridden on a school bus, I don't think.
I have. And it was actually a short bus.
I believe it.
Yeah, you would. Oh, my McDaniel challenge. Guys.
That's just because you're dyslexic and got on the wrong one by accident. All right, Greg's number is 925-915-1978 for the McDaniel Challenge. If you're driving in your car and you can't write that down, go to McDanielChallenge.com.
But.
Oh, and by the way, if you guys don't already have Greg's favorite scripts, the PDF document, go to McDanielRealEstateSystems.com, go download it. If you're not already on the list, you can pop in your email, and you can get our Tuesday Tactics and Takeaways email every Tuesday afternoon. That goes out and gives you all the best takeaways from every show, you know, from the previous week or so. That way, if you don't catch an episode, but you want to see exactly what the topic was and what the top action step that you can actually do to grow your business is, that's what's in those emails. Yep, guys, December 12th. Is my next opening. So if you guys want that, please text me, email me. Actually, don't email me. That shit gets lost. Facebook message me or text me or call me, and let's get you guys booked up, please. I do this because I truly love you and because I want to see you guys succeed in your business, and that, you know, people that are taking my advice on this, and I am not the smartest man in the room. I'm going to tell you that right now. I just have been doing this forever, and I'm a separate third party that may be able to see things about you that you don't see, or maybe something that you need to be told that you don't want to hear. So you guys know what? Take advantage of me in a good way, not in a bad way. Please. All right. But no, guys, hey, I'm saying I love them. Okay. And yeah, again, I love you guys. Please let me do what I can do to help you grow your business. There, now I'm done, Matt. Now you can close the show down. All right, guys. We've got Lori Little and Lori Adams coming up on Friday. They are 2 agents out of the Central Valley here in California doing some really cool stuff. I don't know, Central Valley. I don't know if it's I couldn't nail down the exact city where they mainly serve, because they serve just a ton.
Cool.
Everything from Fremont, Jackson, Oakdale, Turlock, Modesto. So they're all over the place in that area. So south of you, Greg, but north of me. So somewhere between San Diego and San Francisco is where they're located. And they're
about an hour away from me. They're about an hour and a half away from me. Yeah.
All right, good. And then I just nailed down Greg Harrelson's coming on to this show. We've interviewed him for the new Pursuing Results podcast, but we're going to do a super, super awesome episode.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, he's a super cool dude. We're going to do an episode on automation and database marketing. So if you ever been curious about like how to set up like drip campaigns for email to kind of take the load off of yourself and do a better job of converting buyer leads, that we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about how to mix automation in your active client communication. So Greg has all kinds of campaigns set up in his Infusionsoft that actually goes out to current clients to kind of prep them for price modifications, tell them kind of, hey, this is what should be taking place at this point in the process. All this stuff is going on like behind the scenes, and then his agents are just kind of keeping in touch on top of the automation. So he's going to share all about that stuff. And we're actually bringing on another agent who has Infusionsoft and has gone through and is going through some of the pain of integrating that into his business and just the unknowns that you go through with integrating that system. So we'll talk about all that stuff. So if you've ever been curious about that, Infusionsoft, automation, database marketing, we'll cover it all in that episode. So it's going to be awesome. Until then,
yeah,
that's
follow
right.
me, guys. Follow me on Facebook so you see my Facebook Live, and you follow Matt on his so you can see his Facebook Lives. It's different shit than is on the show.
That's right.
All right.
Pursuing Results for me, same thing on Snapchat. All right, guys. Later, and we'll see you Friday.
Peace out.